Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Baltimore Orioles and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for Baltimore is Dennis Martinez, whose record is 14-7 with a 3.60 ERA. And pitching for Detroit is Jim Bibby, whose record is 13-7 with a 3.49 ERA. And so yesterday we won the first game of the three-game series against Baltimore. We closed within 1.5 games of the Yankees as the Yankees lost. And as I mentioned in yesterday's game, if we can win the next two games, that might put enough distance between our team and Baltimore that we can completely eliminate them from the run to the finish. So yesterday's game was kind of a downer at first. Baltimore scored the first 4 runs, and I was pretty glum about it. And then we rallied against Jim Palmer, who's their ace, and put 8 runs on the board thanks to a home run by Jason Thompson. He's had home runs in 3 consecutive games, and so that's kind of a surprise because he hadn't had only 7 home runs coming into this 3-game home run streak. So pretty grateful for that. And also, it's also nice that we got Bob Stanley and Keith Comstock into the game, who's replacing Pat Underwood and Tom Hume, who are injured. So all of our bullpen is available today. And our lineup is exactly the same as yesterday. I'm having our lineup be our best players for this whole series. Even tomorrow when we're playing against lefty Scott McGregor, usually I'll sit my lefties and stack the lineup with righties. But we're not going to do that tomorrow. We're going to have all the best players in there. And so we're going to go ahead and go down the Orioles lineup. And over here on the right, you'll see the 1980 Topps card that best represents that player. And so leading off and playing second base is Wayne Krenchicki. Batting second in center field is Al Bumbry. Batting third and at first base is Eddie Murray. Batting cleanup and in left field is Jeff Burroughs. Batting fifth and DHing today is Gary Renicky. Batting sixth and playing third base is Doug DeCinces. Batting seventh and in right field is Kenny Singleton. Batting eighth and catching is Glenn Borgman. And batting ninth and at short is Dave Concepcion. And on the mound for Detroit is Jim Bibby. This is his 5th start for Detroit. We got him at the we got him at the All-Star game, a trade, and he's 4-0 in his 4 starts that he's made so far, with a 2.86 ERA for us. Opponents are batting .219, and he's got a fantastic walk-to-strikeout ratio. So he's been excellent for us, and we really needed that boost here down the stretch. So leading off is Wayne Krenchicki. He has actually taken over second base for Phil Garner, which I'm totally okay with because Garner tore us up, as Bibby walks Krenchicki to lead off the game. So runner at first, here's Al Bumbry. Bumbry takes a strike 3 right down the middle. So 1 down, Krenchicki's at first. Here is Eddie Murray. And Murray grounds it weakly to Thompson. And Thompson has no other choice but to step on the bag. So Krenchicki is safe at second. 2 down, runner in scoring position for Jeff Burroughs. And Burroughs hits a line drive right at Omar Marino. And that's the final out of the inning. So we head to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the Tigers lineup. As I mentioned, the same as yesterday. And so leading off is Sweet Lou Whitaker. And he's playing second base. At short is Alan Trammell, batting second. Batting third and playing first base is Jason Thompson. Batting cleanup and in left field is Steve Kemp. Batting fifth and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting sixth and in right field is Gary Hancock. Batting seventh and DHing is Carlton Fisk. Batting eighth and at third base is Richie Hebner. And batting ninth and in center field is Omar Moreno. And pitching for Baltimore is El Presidente, Dennis Martinez. He's on a pretty good streak of his own. He's won 7 of his last 9 decisions overall. And he's lowered his ERA in that span a full run. So he's on a pretty good streak of his own. And I believe he is second overall in wins in the American League. And certainly a candidate for Cy Young. So here's Sweet Lou batting leadoff in today's game. There we go. And Whitaker starts it off with a base hit to left field. That is a 7-game hitting streak for Whitaker now with that base hit. And as we always do when Whitaker gets on, we hit and run and hope that Trammell doesn't miss. There we go. He grounds it to second baseman Krunchicki, and Krunchicki goes to first to get Trammell. So Whitaker's in scoring position. And here's JT, who's 0 for 5 against Dennis Martinez, but as I mentioned in the opener, he is on a 3-game home run streak as he lines it right back to the pitcher. It's a ground ball, I guess, and Whitaker goes to third. So 2 down for Steve Kemp, 2 for 4 and 2 walks against Martinez, and he laces a base hit to center field. Whitaker scores, and we are on the board 1-0 here in the first. Next up is Parrish. And Kemp got picked off first. That happened so quickly, I didn't even see it happen. So Kemp was picked off for the third out, and we head to the top of the second. Gary Renicky will lead it off. We have a 1-0 lead. And Renicky grounds it to short. Trammell has it for the first out. 1 down. Here's Doug DeCinces, batting .311 overall with 19 home runs, leading the Orioles team. And he's going to hit a long fly ball in the right center field, but it's caught by Hancock for the second out. So 2 down for Kenny Singleton, and he is going to hit a home run to right center field. That's a no-doubter, as that's his 8th home run of the year. He's definitely below his normal home run total. So number 8 hitter, Glenn Borgman, catching today. Scores all tied at 1. And Borgman pops it up to short, and that is the third out. So the Orioles even it up. It's 1-1. And we head to the bottom of the second. And Parrish comes to the plate with a clean strike ball record. And he lines out to left field, so 1 down. Here's Gary Hancock, who's batting .310 versus righties, and he has a home run against Martinez this year. He grounds it right back to Martinez. That's 2 down. And here is the streaky Carlton Fisk. He went 5 for 5 in the last game against the Indians. And then he took an 0 for yesterday, and now he starts off this game with a base hit. And he goes to third on the error by the left fielder, Jeff Burrows. So runner at third for Richie Hebner, who's 2 for 5 against Martinez this season, and he jacks it into the bleachers for a 2-run shot. That's his 12th home run on the year, and the Tigers take a 3-1 lead. So this is shaping up to be a slugfest. So with 2 down, here's Omar Moreno. He had a great game yesterday, and he's going to get a base hit to right field. And we are going to definitely test Singleton's arm strength with speed. And Moreno is safe at second with a double. So if that was a single, I was going to attempt to steal, but now he's in scoring position, and a base hit will score Moreno. Whitaker's up next, and he's going to ground it to short. And that's it. So we head to the top of the third. Dave Concepcion, he'll lead off the inning. He had an error in yesterday's game that was costly, as Concepcion grounds it to his counterpart, Trammell, for the first out. So we head to the top of the lineup with Wayne Krzyzewski, who walked in his first plate appearance, and he walks again. So 2 walks by Bibby, both of Krzyzewski. I just like saying his name. That's a baseball name if I ever heard one. Bunbury hits it right back to the mound. It's a line drive caught by Bibby, and no opportunity to double off Krzyzewski. So 2 down. Eddie Murray's up with Krzyzewski at first, and he's going to ground it right to Hebner, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Alan Trammell will lead off, and Trammell's going to take a strike 3 looking. That's the first K for Martinez. So 1 down. Thompson trying to keep his home run streak alive as he flies out to left. 2 down. And here's Steve Kemp. And Kemp laces it to center field, but it will be caught by the center fielder Bunbury. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Martinez. Going to the top of the 4th. Tigers still head 3-1. Only a 1 hit for the Orioles so far. Jeff Burrows leads off, and he laces it hard to left field for a home run. So 2 hits, 2 home runs for the Orioles, as that is the 14th home run for Jeff Burrows. Score is 3-2, and Gary Renicky is up next. He grounds it to Trammell. There's the first out. So Doug DeCinces is up next, and he's going to take a strike 3 looking. That's the 2nd strikeout for Bibby. 2 down. Here's Singleton, who had that home run that put the Orioles on the board, and he grounds it to Whitaker for the 3rd out. So the Orioles get a run on the home run by Burrows, and the score is now 3-2. Bottom of the 4th, big wheel Lance Parrish leading off, and he's going to take a walk. So I'm going to do something that's uncustomary for myself and for Gary Hancock. We're going to sacrifice bunt. He's an average bunter, and even though he's batting 6th in the lineup, I'd rather see him try to lay down the bunt, move Parrish over. Oh, and it doesn't work. Parrish is thrown out at 2nd. So I just gave an out away. So 1 down, Hancock's at 1st, and Fisk is going to ground it to 3rd, and that'll probably be the double play to end the inning. Yep, just like that. The manager's a rally killer. We head to the top of the 5th, and Glenn Borgman will lead off the inning. And he strikes out looking on an inside pitch. 3 Ks now for Bibby. Next up, Dave Concepcion. He grounds it to Hebner. Hebner nabs him at 1st. 2 down, back to the top of the lineup with Wayne Krzyzewski walked both plate appearances, and now he's got a base hit into the gap, and he's going to stretch it into a double. So Krzyzewski's in scoring position. Al Bunbury to the plate. 2 down. And Bunbury's going to take a ball 4. 3rd walk now for Bibby. Runners at 1st and 2nd. And Hall of Famer Eddie Murray's up next. And yep, he's going to get a base hit through the right side. Krzyzewski scores. Game is tied. And with Jeff Burrows, the cleanup hitter, up next, who's had a home run, I'm getting a little concerned about Bibby. But Burrows is going to pop it up on the infield to 2nd. Whitaker has it, and that is the 3rd out. So the Orioles come back and tie the game up. And it's 3-all, bottom of the 5th. Hebner leads off the inning. And Hebner, who had the home run earlier, is going to bloop him right over the shortstop for a base hit. Gets down, and no, we're not going to risk it. So we're going to hold Hebner at 1st. And we're going to hit and run with Marino. It makes good contact. And he's going to get... Oh, that was a base hit up the middle, but it's snared by Krzyzewski. Hebner is safe at 2nd. as Krzyzewski goes to first to get Marino. So we have a runner in scoring position for Sweet Lou. And Lou pops it up on the infield just past the mound. Concepcion has it for 2 down. And it's going to be up to Trammell to get a base hit, knock in that run. And he's going to do it, base hit right up the middle. Hebner scores, and we take the lead again, 4-3. Great job by Trammell. And we're going to try to have him steal second base, maybe catch Martinez off guard. And Trammell does steal second. So with a runner at second, here's Jason Thompson. He's got an 0 for today, and he strikes out swinging. To the top of the 6th, we're going to switch over now to in-game stats. There we go. And Krzyzewski 1 for 1 with 2 walks, and that home run by Burroughs and by Singleton. And looking at the Tigers, Hebner's 2 for 2 with the solo shot, and he just had that RBI. No, I'm sorry, that was Trammell that had that RBI. My bad. So anyway, score is 4-3, top of the 6th. Bibby's at 68 pitches. Renicky leads off the inning with a base hit through the left side. And we have Renicky at first now with Doug DeCinces. I'm going to guard the lines, gets an extra base hit, and maybe get him to turn 2. As Renicky steals second base with a 70 speed, that is well below average. The pitch was a strike, so it's an 0-1 count to DeCinces. And he grounds it right to Whitaker. I'm sorry, to Trammell. Trammell holds Renicky and goes to first, so 1 down. Singleton is up next with 1 out. Renicky still hanging out at second base. And Bibby walks Singleton. That's his 4th walk. So runners at first and second for Borgman. I'm going to pull the outfield in. And just hope for a double play. But Bibby walks Borgman. Now the bases are loaded. Okay. So I'm going to pull the infield in to go home on Concepcion. Try to prevent that run. And he pops it straight up on the infield. That should be the second out. It is. And so Bibby sits at 92 pitches, and I think with 2 lefties up and with Krzyzewski, who's been had the advantage against Bibby, I'm going to take Bibby out, and we're going to bring in Schatzy. So here's Schatzeder's numbers. This is his 41st game. He's 7-2 with a 4.10 ERA, bringing that ERA down slowly. Opponents are batting .266 against him, and lefties are only batting .258. So I feel pretty confident about Schatzeder at the moment. We're going to pull the outfield in so nothing drops in. And here we go, bases loaded for Wayne Krzyzewski. And that's going to be a base hit to right field. 2 runs will score, and the Orioles take the lead, just like that. So those runs are tacked on to Bibby, who had poor control today. And Bunbury's up next with 2 down, and he grounds it to first, and that is the 3rd out. So the Orioles fought back, and the score is 5-4. Here's Steve Kemp leading off the bottom of the 6th against El Presidente, and he's going to get a base hit to center field. And we're definitely not going to try to stretch that into a double. We're going to give Parrish a shot here. He's 4 for 7 against Martinez. 0 for 1 with a walk today. And he hits a high fly ball to left field. Oh, it's going to fall short of the warning track. I thought he had one there. So 1 down. Kemp's at first. Here's Gary Hancock. We made him attempt to bunt, and it was unsuccessful. So he's going to make up for it with the base hit that drops in front of the right fielder, Singleton. Kemp advances to 3rd, and this has hit and run written all over it, with 2 below-average base runners. And Fisk is going to ground it to short. That should get the tying run in. It does. Hancock is safe at 2nd. And an RBI for Fisk. So 2 down, and Richie Hebner has a chance with a base hit to give us the lead back. It's 2 for 2 today. And he's going to hit it sharply to right, but it's caught by Singleton. And we head to the 7th. So, wow. I guess we're going to let Schatzeder pitch to Murray. Murray's 0 for 1 against him, and he hits lefties worse than righties as a switch hitter. And he gets a base hit anyway. So, that's it for Schatzeder. We're going to bring in, wow, who are we going to bring in? Weaver was terrible in his last appearance. So we're going to bring in Tobik, who also has been shaky. We're going to guard the lines against Burroughs, maybe turn 2. And Burroughs is going to hit a fly ball in the left center field. It's caught by Kemp easily. 1 down. Up next is Renicky, who does have a home run against Tobik this year. Oof, and he walks him. So runners at first and second. Tying run is at second base. I'm sorry, the lead run is at second base. And we're just going to have to hope for a double play. And that's a tailor-made one as he grounds it to second, and that is a double play that gets out of the inning. So they're going to bring in Tim Stoddard. He pitched yesterday, and I think he was terrible. Let's see. Yeah, he gave up 2 runs and 4 hits in just 2 innings. So let's see if we can bust him up today too. Marino was 1 for 1 against him yesterday, and he's 1 for 2 overall today. Marino grounds it to Krinchicki, and he is out, so that's 1 down. Next up is Sweet Lou. And Lou had a ball 4, but he hits it right into the ground, and it's an error on Borgman. Whitaker's safe at first. So, as per my normal strategy, we're going to hit and run with Trammell, Whitaker at first. And Trammell grounds it to second. Whitaker safe at second. Trammell's gone down at first. So we have a runner in scoring position for Thompson, who's 2 for 2 with a home run against Stoddard, but he's been shut down today, 0 for 3. And he's going to walk. So Thompson at first, Whitaker at second. Kemp's up next. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI today, 1 for 1 against Stoddard. And he hits a blooper into left center field. Is that too far deep? It is, yep. He hit it too far, and it's caught by the left fielder for the 3rd out. We head to the top of the 8th. And Kenny Singleton will lead off. So we're going to go to another righty. We are going to go with Bob Stanley. I just can't bring in... I can't bear to bring in Weaver right now. I don't have any confidence in him. So we're going to bring in Stanley, who had a scoreless inning pitched. As he strikes out Kenny Singleton, what I was trying to say is Stanley had a scoreless innings pitched in his first game back from the minors. And he gets Borkman to ground it to first, so there's 2 down here on the top of the 8th. Next up is Dave Concepcion, and he grounds it to Whitaker. So a 1-2-3 inning. Good job by Stanley. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Next up for the Tigers is going to be Lance Parrish. He's 0 for 2 today, one of the only 2 Tigers that don't have a hit. And he goes down swinging. That's the first strikeout for Stoddard. 1 down. Here's Gary Hancock. And Stoddard left a hanging slider, but Hancock can only pop it up on the infield. So 2 down. And it'll be up to Carlton Fisk, who grounds it up the middle for a base hit. Keep the inning going. And they're going to bring in Jeff Schneider, the lefty, to face Richie Hebner. This is the first time we've seen Schneider in a while. Let's see here. This is his 16th game. He's 2-1 overall with a 4.25 ERA. Doesn't strike out many. Opponents are betting .227 against him. And, I was going to bring in Brookins anyway for defensive purposes in the 9th. So, who hits lefties well? Oh, absolutely Bob Baylor does. So we're going to bring in Baylor to pinch hit, and then we'll probably put him into right field, and we'll put Brookins at third. So 2 down. Here's Bob Baylor batting .366 versus lefties. And he hits a hard ground ball to short, but that will be the 3rd out. So that did not work out the way we hoped. So let's move some people around, starting with Baylor. We're going to move him into right field, move Hancock to third, and then swap him out with Brookins. Here we go. So we have our optimum defense in now. And we're up to the lefties again. So we're going to take out Bob Stanley, did a great job. And we're going to bring in our setup lefty, Capizzello. And I always forget to show Capizzello's numbers. This is his 34th game, 2.43 ERA. He's got no record. 22 Ks and 29 innings pitched with 1 save. Opponents are batting .230 against him, and he has been struggling. So he faces Krinchicki to start off, and Krinchicki was 2 for 2 with 2 walks. And finally, we get him to pop up to short right field where Whitaker makes the catch. So 1 down. Here's Al Bumbry, and he walks Bumbry. Ugh. So runner at first base, and we're going to let him pitch to Murray because he's a switch hitter anyway. And then we're going to bring in, I guess we'll bring in Lopez as he walks Murray. So back-to-back walks. Capizzello is definitely in a funk right now. So we're going to need a senior smoke to bail us out. A double play would be good. Burrows is 1 for 2 with 2 walks against Lopez. We're going to guard the lines. And he bloops it right over Whitaker's head. Is going to get down? No, it's caught. Nicely done by Baylor, defensive replacement in right field. So 2 down. And Renicky might be the last shot here as he walks. So we've walked the bases loaded in the 9th for Doug DeCinces. So 2 down. Bags are packed for DeCinces. And he grounds it right to Thompson, who steps on the bag, and we get out of that jam. So we head to the bottom of the 9th, and Omar Marino will lead off, and we need him in center field. So even though it's a lefty on lefty, we're going to let him hit. And he's going to sky one to right field. That's pretty far for a Marino shot, but it's going to be caught by Singleton. So 1 down. Here is Sweet Lou. He's batting .260 versus lefties. And he's going to walk in this at bat. So this is nice. We have Trammell up next. He's batting almost .300. We're going to let him swing away. I would normally hit and run, but let's see if Trammell can do something good with it. Nope, he's going to ground it to second. And we're going to extra innings, folks. So to the top of the 10th. I need to take a little drink of beer. Hold on. Okay, so top of the 10th, and we're down to just 2 bullpen guys. We have Lopez and we have Comstock. So we're going to leave it up to Lopez, which is always bad when our relievers go 2nd inning. And there's Singleton getting a base hit to left field. So 1 down. We're going to guard the lines against Borgman. And Lopez drills Borgman right in the ribs. So the lead run is at second base. I'm going to bring the corners in case they try to bunt with the number 9 hitter. Concepcion's 0 for 4 today. And he rips it into the gap. And that's going to get down. 2 runs score. And that's going to be it for Lopez. We're going to bring in the lefty. I guess we do have Roger Weaver. But it doesn't matter now. Keith Comstock's in the game. And he's threw a scoreless inning pitched in his first game. And we're going to need him to try to get through this inning. And he walks. Krinchicki. It's a 3rd walk for Krinchicki today. So 1st and 2nd. Bumbry is up. and he walks. Oh my God. So we've got the bases loaded again for Murray, and this game is about to get out of control. We're going to pull the infield in. So here's Murray against Comstock, and Murray grounds it right to Brookins. And we turn two. It's going to be a 5-2-3 double play. And with the 2-run lead for Baltimore, we're going to take out Comstock, bring in Weaver. So righty on righty, although Burroughs has had some success against Weaver. Oops, here's the stats. 47th game, 3-0 with a 3.35 ERA, more walks than strikeouts, which is the way this game is going right now. 229 opponent's batting average. If you take a look at his game log, yeah, he gave up 4 runs against Cleveland in that near comeback, which the Tigers pulled out. So anyway, so 2 outs, runners at second and third. Here's Burroughs, and he walks. Oh my gosh, I wonder how many walks that is total right now. So 2 outs, Gary Roenicke. And Roenicke grounds it to Thompson at first. There we go. So we head to the bottom of the 10th. This is it. This is our last shot. Jason Thompson will lead off the inning. He does not hit lefties well. But we're going to give him a chance here. And he walks him. Okay. That's going to bring the tying run to the plate. And Kemp does hit lefties well. So Thompson is slow as molasses. We're going to take out Thompson. We're going to put in Mark Wagner, who is a better base runner. He's 82, so a little bit above average. And we're going to put the hit and run on. Let's see what happens. Right down the pipe. And Kemp lines it to left. So no luck there. It's going to be up to Parrish, who, as a righty, struggles versus lefties. We're going to let him swing away. One shot will tie the game. Oh, he had his pitch, but he pops it up to short. Concepcion has it, and that is 2 down. So we're down to our final batter, who is Tom Brookins, who at one time was the worst hitter on the team, but he's batting .280 versus lefties. This is his first plate appearance today, and he walks. And that means the closer's coming in, Tippy Martinez, even though that's a photo of Tino Martinez. So Tippy's in. This is his 43rd game. He's 3-6 in relief. Oof. 3.81 ERA. He's got 1 strikeout per inning pitch. That's pretty good for this game. Opponent's batting .250. He's got 24 saves. And here we go. 1 shot from Fisk, and this game is over. Full count. And he's going to ground it right to Krinchicki. And that's the game. So a well-played game for the Orioles. They come back to win 7-5. And we're still only a game and a half back of the Yankees. So the Yankees must have lost. Taking a look at the transactions, nothing of note has happened. So let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Who's going to be the player of the game? That is a good question. Let's see. I guess it could be Hebner, who had the home run. He was 2 for 3, so was Kemp. I guess we're going to go ahead and give it to Hebner, as Bibby had 5. So we walked 12 batters versus 4 strikeouts. That is horrible. So we deserve to lose that game, as the bullpen threw 6 of those walks. So that's not a good sign, but that's what happens when you lose 2 of your main bullpen guys for the rest of the season. So that's it here from Tiger Stadium. We'll be back tomorrow with the 3rd and final game of the series. And until then, everyone, have a great night.